We are broadcasting. And now the channel is live. Hello, everyone, and welcome to Adventure on So Many Levels. We're going to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons.
I am Christiana Ellis, and I am the Dungeon Master tonight. Our players, Jenny Meltzer as Zaylene.
I love it where it's dark and shadowy.
Paul Fisher as Zinhorn Windborn.
Good evening.
Mark Kilfoyle as Nedry Shiny Rock.
Starting to question the universe, but what I really want to know is, how is Zay doing right now? Hope she's okay.
And Starla Hodgson as Carolina Swift.
Hello, friends.
So, when last we left our heroes, let me go ahead and turn on some ambiance. So, when last we left the Pocket Protectors, Zaylene had been drawn away from the rest of the party by her patron, the Mistress of the Dark, off for business unknown, although perhaps not unknown for long. But the rest of you, along with your sidekick Evan and your new colleague Ivy, began to delve into the Temple of Marushka. You found that there was a way into a lower level of the temple with a labyrinth beneath. But by using the amulet that was given to you by Selter the Druid, you found yourself able to enter a sort of overlay dimension, seeing some of the notes left behind by someone, perhaps the original builders, perhaps someone else who came later. But these notes, along with your inspection of the labyrinth below, led you to conclude that much of what you found there was, in fact, clever artifice designed to persuade any would-be dungeon delvers or tomb raiders that everything had been, in fact, looted already, and that it was a waste of time to continue further. However, once you made your way through the labyrinth, using the notes left behind by this strange parallel dimension overlay, you found the controls that would let you continue further. However, there was also a warning there. An elaborate missive. Yeah, that's the word I was trying for. Letting you know that this place was not a place of honor. It was not a storage place for something valuable. It was just dangerous, and in fact could be lethal, and no one should proceed any further. And yet, unfortunately for all of you, it was clear that your enemy, Tanglefoot, had already preceded you below. Does that about sum it up? Did I miss anything? All right.
Sounds right to me.
So, what we're going to do, though, for the moment, is we're going to jump back to Zaylene. You recall your patron communicating with you, asking that you entrust your talisman to one of your friends temporarily, for she had business with you elsewhere. Upon doing as she asked, suddenly it was as though the world, the ground, and everything you could see was hurled away from you, as though you were flung into the sky at tremendous speed, except it doesn't feel like you are moving. It feels like everything else moving away from you. And you find yourself adrift in a strange, swirling... it's not exactly darkness, but you don't feel like you're seeing with your physical eyes. Everything is a strange, swirling gray. You see hazy shapes drifting in and out of visibility all around you. And you are moving quickly. Below you, a strange landscape that seems to glow with intense light in some places and be incredibly pitch black depths in others. And as you are soaring along this place, sorry, I'm just turning the music down because this particular piece gets kind of loud in that middle there. I'm going to change that one actually. As you are in this strange place, you become aware that part of this strange, almost flickery light filling this area is coming from ahead of you, and you look, and at first it's a little bit hard to understand what you're perceiving because it's giving off light, but it's a strange, shuddering, flickering light. And soon what you see is that there is an immense shape that is being orbited by a small sun and small moon, dwarfed by the actual central shape. But these things are orbiting this shape so quickly that the appearance and then disappearance of the tiny sun is creating this effect of dim light. As you get closer, you realize that there is actually even more to what you're seeing. It is this tremendous sphere. As you draw closer, it seems almost impossibly large ahead of you. It is a swirl of air, but there are also strange currents of water, stones, fire, vines with bright green leaves and white flowers, blood. All of these things orbiting and churning within what appears to be some kind of an immense spiritual storm. And you find yourself being drawn closer and closer to this. Once you can see it more clearly, and it's obvious that you are approaching it, your patron, the Mistress of the Dark, speaks to you again. I do not know if what I ask of you is possible, but for the good of many mortals, and for the heart of that wronged spirit there, I ask that you try.
Of course.
That is Marushka. She has been separated from much that she once was, and perhaps it was a mercy that she did not remember. Now she does. She must not be permitted to recover what she had, for it is now poisoned. And there is a part of her, deep inside that maelstrom, that knows. Zaylene, my child, I ask that you help her grieve the loss and move on.
I will.
She must be helped to reach peace with her current domain. And if this cannot be done, she must be destroyed. For the good of many mortals, and for the heart of that terribly wronged spirit.
I will help her.
You feel the presence of the Mistress of the Dark receding, and it is now you, minuscule in the face of this enormous storm.
I will start walking towards it.
Well, you're floating in a void,
Okay.
but you can sort of at will drift towards it.
I will. I'll do that then.
I think though that as you have that instinct, to walk, there is a part of you that recognizes this is the spiritual domain. It is what those with will make of it. And so, although it is currently your experience that you are floating in this void and seeing Marushka as this immense, chaotic storm, it maybe doesn't have to be that way.
As I'm approaching the storm, I'm going to visualize that I am walking towards a beachside cafe
Okay.
and going inside to sit down at a table because I'm waiting for someone who's coming to meet me.
Mm-hmm. I think that as you are sitting in this cafe, there is, at the distance of your perception, a sound of ragged breathing that gradually builds to an intense, pained scream. A raw, despairing scream that, as it resonates throughout this place, you feel everything around you start to shimmer and waver, almost as though its reality is being distorted. And you sense in the spiritual plane around you, outside this constructed cafe, you sense a wave of storm expanding out from this central energy, and it has that character of iridescent, oily, polluted magic. But as you look around, you see that here in this cafe, at one of the corner tables, there is a woman. What does she look like?
She has black hair, kind of like the Grudge. Like it's just sort of like plastered down her face, and it's very long and it clings to her body, almost as if she's perpetually wet and dripping, but she's not. Like it just looks that way. And she has like a white gown on, which is all like tattered and torn and dirty.
So as you see her there, there's your initial perception is that she is shaking with sobs. But as she shudders, there's a moment where she looks up and her hair moves away from her face a little bit. And what you see on her face is almost more of an exhausted ecstasy. And as she sits up, you realize that she looks as though she's pregnant.
Oh dear.
And she looks to you, and although it's obvious that she is pale and like shaking with exertion, she looks to you and there is almost a glazed intensity in her eyes, and she says, "I am being reborn."
How do you know?
Just as a brief aside here, I want to take a moment and say, in the meta, what is going to be happening here is a skill challenge.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to have the conversation, but periodically I'm going to ask for a roll.
Right.
And what I'm going to need is, each time we do a roll, it's going to need to be a different skill.
Okay.
And we're looking to get 5 successes before we get 3 failures.
Alrighty. So do you want me to do one now?
No, not yet.
Okay.
You say, how do you know? And
how do you know?
And she for a moment seems to look down at this image of her pregnant belly, but then she just kind of glances around the room and says, I can feel the energy, the knowledge emerging from where it was hidden. It is epiphany, it is catharsis. I am becoming something that I once was and have not been but will be again. Ah! And she kind of screams again, and once again you feel this entire reality shuddering and warping around her, and it now looks like the walls in this little cafe are sort of dripping with that sheen of slime that seems familiar from those magical storms.
Mm-hmm. I am going to approach her table,
Mm-hmm.
and instead of sitting down, I'm actually going to kneel down in front of her so that I'm like right in front of her pregnant belly.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to put my hands on both sides of it and look up into her face. Do I feel anything like as I'm touching her?
So this is not one of your formal skill challenge checks, but make a medicine check.
Okay. 19.
That's pretty good. I think you get the impression, given that she seems as though she is extremely pregnant, I think as you're feeling her and sort of getting a sense of her form, the instinct you have is that this is not a literal pregnancy. Her appearance here is almost more metaphorical.
Okay.
It's in some respects dreamlike.
You don't look well.
There is pain, to be sure. But once these current traumas fade, I will emerge in glory.
You do know that isn't the nature of trauma. It doesn't just go away. The only way it goes away is when we're gone, when we die.
And she looks down to you and she says, death is a mortal concern.
I don't think so. I think death concerns all of us. Spirits, mortals. Ceasing to exist could happen to anyone.
Yeah, so she listens to you and she looks a little bit confused and she says, I have known the loss of myself, but now I feel it returning. This is not a death, it is a rebirth.
But it won't be who you were. What if this rebirth brings something terrible? Far more terrible than anything you've ever been. For you are terrible and powerful as you are beautiful and majestic.
Go ahead, and I think this sounds primarily like a persuasion roll, although because this is essentially a conversational skill challenge, I think there will certainly be in some cases in which you are making, like you're literally making a persuasion, but you're utilizing some other skill to support it, right? So this could also be, for example, a religion roll, maybe something like that. So I'm open to your suggestions as to what you think it should be.
I actually will make a religion roll.
Okay.
Just because that is the nature of spirits. And the fact that she believes that she's going to be reborn, it just doesn't track. You
Well,
know,
and a recognition too of kind of trying to use language you think that would appeal to her nature and so on.
Right.
Yeah, I think that I buy that. So let's see a religion check.
16.
16 is a success. I think as you make that case, what if something terrible comes? You see that there is a flash of fear that crosses her face. And I think your instinct is that this is something she had realized but was trying to ignore. And as you see her coping with this idea, she is suddenly no longer there in that location standing in front of you. She's now across the room, and she doesn't look pregnant anymore. And instead, what she has is she's got clenched fists that look like they're covered with blood. And her face, her eyes have gone all black. And she says, "It was the mortals that did this to me. I gave them a gift, and it was their fickleness, their greed, their deceptions that made everything go foul. And then their solution was to butcher me. They deserve nothing but destruction and wrath." And as she's saying this, once again, you still have this awareness of the spiritual realm outside this. Is it still a little beach cafe?
I think when she moved, that maybe it became like a cavern,
Okay.
like on the side of the beach, like a beachside cave,
Sure.
that you can hear the waves outside, and
Yeah.
they're really angry and
Right.
pounding against the shore.
And so I think you notice simultaneously that the storm outside does not actually seem to have that same strange oily sheen to it. And yet, even though it would appear to be a more traditional storm in that respect, it is nonetheless an extremely intense one.
Mm-hmm.
The wind outside is howling. You see lightning crashing, hear the thunder, hail pounding the beach.
Mortals take a lot for granted, but not all of them. It's only a small few. You don't want to punish every single one of them for the crimes of a handful. There are so many of them. Innocents who have yet to live and experience life.
Go ahead and make another check. What would you like this skill to be?
I'm going to actually use survival for that one.
Okay.
Because I'm trying to convince her that, survival
Yeah, no, I
for
buy it.
everyone.
Sure, yeah, no, I'll allow it. We're in the spiritual plane right now. Things work the way they feel like they should work.
20, dirty.
Well, there you go. 2 successes. So, once again, there's the moment where the dark voids in her eyes seem to clear a little bit, and she stares wistfully out to the entrance of the cave for a moment. And then she's in a different position again, and she's sitting with her head in her hands, saying, "Perhaps we can access the knowledge and the power in a controlled way. The damage can be mitigated. It can be released at a manageable rate. It does not have to be permanently sealed away. It can be dealt with. It can be managed. It can be controlled. And what does the surroundings look like now?
I feel like we would be on the beach now.
Okay.
And it's like moon over the water. It's night
Mm-hmm.
and dark, and like you can see the moon like shimmering across the breaks.
Mm-hmm. And so, as you are there and she is talking to herself in this way, you see that the storm is calming, but you also get the sense now that the sky is clearing a little bit that there is a light on the horizon out above the water that is sort of pulsing with a green light that just feels extremely sinister to you.
Mm.
And it feels as though there is a fog extending to it slowly but inexorably, moving closer to shore. Perhaps, perhaps there is a way to let just a little bit of the power out, just a little bit of the knowledge, and deal with it a little bit at a time in a way that won't be so harmful.
Look inside yourself. You know that's not true. That knowledge cannot be set free, ever.
Perhaps that was true once upon a time, but there is more known in the lands of the spirits and in the lands of the mortals. There are experts who have studied these things. There are new ways. There might be a way. Can we give up without even trying?
We need to. We cannot try because it will destroy everything. Even you.
What would you like your check to be?
Um, I kind of want to use intimidation on that one because I want her to
Okay.
really feel like the impact of it.
Sure, sure. I'll allow that, but I want to see you play that a little bit more in what you're saying.
Okay, so I will tell her you have become a mere shadow of yourself. So violent, so angry. People who once loved and revered you fear you now and refuse to even come into your waters and leave offerings at your temple. If you were to embrace this power and this knowledge, there would be more than fear. There would be devastation. They would curse your name.
Go ahead and make your check.
Ken.
Okay, okay. So that is one failure. But I think as she looks back at you and just says, "Perhaps curses would be better. Better than the ignorance, the naivete that I've been treated with. And I did not even know any better."
I know the people who did this to you knew better. But to punish everyone for the crimes of those few, there are still people here that revere you, that speak of you with fond memories.
The people who did this to me did so because they thought that there was no other way. But how did we know that that was true? What else did they try?
Everything.
How do you know that?
I've spoken to one of them. Well, two, actually.
Yeah.
I forgot that we talked to his corpse. I've spoken to one of them, and everything they tried drove them all mad. They did what they had to do because there was nothing else except for absolute destruction.
You can make another check if you like.
Okay. I think I'm going to do persuasion for that one because I haven't
Sure.
decided.
Yeah, well, yeah, to just the emphasis of they did try. They tried lots of things and they couldn't come up with anything else.
23.
23. You can see this feverish hope as she thought that perhaps there might be a way. You can see that begin to fade. And suddenly now she's once again in a different place and she is lying face down on the sand. The ocean and the air outside grow eerily still. The wind stops. The tide stops.
I
There's
walk
nothing.
up to her and kneel down beside her and put my hand on her back.
There's no point. You mentioned not existing could happen to even spirits. Perhaps that would be better. There's no point.
It might be better. It might help. Sometimes that's all you can do is let go.
I wonder if it would be better to just diminish entirely than to be as I have been.
I think so.
The mortals
You've
do
caused a
not
lot
need
of
me.
pain.
And I think you get the sense as she is saying that, and she starts almost becoming translucent, and you look around you, and it feels like the landscape here, it's just growing still and cold, and the color's starting to drain out of it. And you look around, and where there was grass or trees, it's dying. And the sky is a uniform gray. And I think you get the sense here that if she were to diminish entirely, she's taking all the spiritual energy of this place with her. It's different than not becoming what she had been before, but not even continuing as she is.
What if you just let go of all of that pain? Let go of that darkness inside of you. Let go of that festering power that's been trying to control you. Let it die.
Do you have what skill would you like to use to make your check?
Ooh. Mm-hmm. I'm running out of skills.
Oh, that's that's the tension of a skill challenge, right?
I know. I'm gonna try nature.
Okay, okay.
21 natural 20.
There you go. You know what? I'm going to count the natural 20 as 2 successes, which means you have reached 5 successes in that regard.
Nice.
So I think as she had just been lying there motionless, as you encourage her to just let go of what she once was, let go of the idea that she could ever return to being that, encouraging her to try to come to peace with what she is now instead. Slowly, you see her returning to tangibility. Slowly, there's a little bit of a whisper of surf on the beach. There's a little bit of a breeze. Color starts to come back into the sky just a little. And then, in this otherwise uniform, cloudy, overcast sky, there is a wisp of clouds that pass apart, and the sun shines just a little bit, And she starts to cry. This time,
I can.
not the wail of chaos, but just the weeping of sorrow.
I will comfort her. There. Let it all out.
Um, I think you probably just stay there with her for a while.
Hmm.
And then you're not sure exactly how much time has passed. But you feel the Mistress of the Dark in your head once more, and she says, "Well done."
Thank you.
You have performed an act of great compassion here and helped a wronged spirit begin to heal. But there is more to be done. Your friends await your return in the temple below.
Okay.
Marushka may take time, but now she may be an ally rather than an opponent in the fight to come.
Thank you for giving me this chance, Mistress.
I think without there being any words, you have a sense of I'm glad you see it that way, because that's not how I saw it. But I think you realize you have the opportunity to shape the presentation of your departure here.
I will stand up and I will help Marushka to her feet and hold her hands for a moment and tell her, you're going to be all right in time.
She still has the long black hair, but rather than just hanging flat, wet, it's now moving with the wind, almost as though she's underwater, kind of flowing in the air. And the breeze brushes it off of her face, and you can see eyes the color of the ocean. And then she just looks at you and nods.
And then I just turn around and I just start walking up the beach until I disappear.
Yeah. I think you find that the beach starts to dissipate, returning once again to the unformed essence of the spiritual plane. And then you find yourself feeling as though you are moving with great speed once again. And so now we return to the rest of the pocket protectors, who have just finished reading this mysterious message on the wall, noting that there is a blasted opening to continue further down where Tanglefoot has preceded you. And as you are contemplating your next steps, Carolina, you are still holding the key that Zaylene gave you, and you find it of its own volition floating up and out of your grasp. Do you still have it around your neck?
No, I think I would have taken it off to, put it in the wall and stuff. But as it flies up, I'm just gonna kind of jump at it, like, what is going on now?
Like, I think unless you're trying to hold on to it, I think it just floats away gently, but almost with a swirl of shadow that your eyes just slide off of. There's just a moment where you see the key floating, and then you blink and it's being held by a hand. And then you find yourself forced to blink again, and Zaylene is standing there holding it.
I will jump at her and give her a giant hug.
I'm
Probably
actually
blubbering a little bit. I missed you so much.
I will just like pat her gently. I'm a little stoic. I'm not like, I don't know. I'm not like unhappy to be here. I just am kind of like in a headspace because of what just happened. But I'll be like, it's okay, I'm back. Where are we?
I think you get a hug from behind from Evan too.
Hey, buddy.
It's a Zalian sandwich.
I told you I'd be back.
I wonder if Tanglefoot even saw the warning before he decided to. Oh, hey, Zaleen. When did you get back?
Just now.
Oh, good timing.
I'm back. Good to see you. We
Thanks.
missed you.
There's
Has
a-
it been that long? How long was I gone?
How long have we been down here?
A few hours.
So less than a day and a.
Well,
Less than a day.
She
Yeah.
left you in the middle of the night, so it's
Right.
been, not
12
quite
hours,
24
maybe?
hours.
Not that long, but there's a. We opened a door. This is actually the second door, but we opened it.
Yeah. So it's actually still the illusion is there, but Ivy, who is standing over there, just helpfully puts her hand through it to demonstrate.
Oh, that's weird.
And there's a hole, which means that the harder way was also taken. The
Mm-hmm.
green glow. That's
We're not the first ones here.
Well, we knew that.
Well, we sort of are. I mean, on this layer of this reality, we might still be the first ones here. I don't know what that really means in terms of what Tanglefoot can experience, but he seems determined to do it all the hard way anyway.
Maybe it has to be done that way in order to be done right. Whatever it is he's doing.
Well, I don't think he is doing it the right way because when we came into the temple, there was I had the key, and there was this place where this statue used to be for offerings and stuff. But then, I held the key and I sang the song, and there was the outline of the statue, and it had a keyhole. So I stuck it in the keyhole, and then it opened this door, and there was this weird shimmery bubble thing, and we went through it, and it was a layer where everything is shiny, and just kind of continue going like that. And there was a maze and stuff on the floor.
That was actually a pretty good summary.
So what are we doing now?
Well, we just finished reading these words on the wall here that basically says there's no glory here, there's no honor, it's just pain and death and turn around. And unfortunately for us, we can't go back. So,
The usual choices.
yeah.
We don't get the choice between, sundaes or cake. It's always just death and destruction. Which one do you want today? Oh.
I
Well-
like cake. No.
I prefer to think of it as discovery and knowledge, but you want to talk about cake, I suppose.
Yeah.
Why'd you have to bring up food? There's this great little place
here's
in the
here's your-
capital.
Here's your tower.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. So
Is Buster in the tower? Or is Buster out?
Yeah, you put Buster in the tower because he was going to have a hard time squeezing through the labyrinth.
Right.
But you could bring him out again if you like.
We had to put Buster away. It was too big.
yeah,
For that matter, let's go ahead and move to our map screen here. Let me put Zaleen on it as well.
Oh, nice. So the key worked though?
I think as you look at your talisman, Zaleen, not only is it, it is very obviously to you your talisman, but the amethyst of the key is now swirled impossibly through with the blue teal color. The
We
color
really
of
should.
the necklace you got from Selter.
We really should talk about where you got that key.
Oh, this old thing?
Or we
Very
don't have to
old.
do that right now. You know, we've got death
I
right
mean-
here.
We can talk about it, but it's not going to solve anything because the answer is I don't know. I mean, the Mistress of the Dark gave it to me and said that someday I would know where it needed to go.
But did she give it to you or the original you? That's the question I still want to wonder.
Maybe there was only one me all along. Who knows?
Maybe. Maybe you just forgot. Seems to be a lot of that.
Maybe.
Huh.
I don't know. I've just had it since I got here.
Yep. Well, we can ask that later. Maybe something comes to you. If it does, maybe let me know.
Sure. Oh, by the way, we might have a new ally.
Really?
Evan is like, oh, that's good news. We could use some.
You
Yeah.
didn't another poor person from the city, did you?
No. I
A fighter is
No.
trying it back?
no, I wish, but I went to help Marushka.
What?
You recruited a whole spirit?
I didn't recruit her. I just sort of helped her a little bit so
You-
that
you
she would
didn't-
stop being so violently angry.
You didn't kill her, did you?
No.
Oh, okay, good.
How could she be an ally?
I mean, I
if
might
she-
have, but I didn't have to.
Well, I mean, some people recruit the dead. I don't know how spirits work
I
entirely.
do all the time, and I like summon my shadow to.
Wait, that's what that is?
I mean, you don't really cast that spell right now, do you?
No.
Okay, yeah,
No.
okay.
I'm saving this spell slot. But yeah, so I went to help her. She was very angry with, everyone. Most especially, Rupino and all of those people that did this to her.
I'm not entirely sure what they did. That's something I'm still trying to work out. But did something happen recently? Is it
No.
because Tanglefoot is here?
It could be. Like she had some dark energy that was brewing inside of her that she believed was going to make her be reborn.
So, Zaleen, make a religion check for me.
Corruption,
Okay.
maybe. On a big spirit.
Where is religion? Oh, there it is. 22.
22. You think it hadn't occurred to you, but now that you think about it, you think she might have been the cause of those magic storms.
Okay, and I will say that. I'll be like, oh, Nedry, write this down. And then I'll be like, and I'll tell them about like the places that we were and the things that I saw there and how they were very similar to what we saw when we saw the storms. Like that nasty, sort of gross slime, magic eating slime.
Oh. Well, that's very good. If
Yeah.
she's calmer now, then those shouldn't happen again.
Probably
Although-
not.
Wonder what the trigger was.
Yeah, that's the question.
What was in that book?
That's it has to have been something with the book. It was I don't know.
Yeah.
On an abstract level, there is a possibility that the very knowledge of what was in that book is itself the doorway to opening up the rest of the knowledge. It's a rather curious problem. I want to know more, but knowing more
speaking-
could be also very dangerous.
Speaking of doorways, there's
Yeah,
this one.
Shouldn't delay. Only hope that the wrong way is a lot longer.
Yeah. Hopefully we're catching up on Tanglefoot. Have we figured out what we're going to do, i.e. killed him? when we get there?
Well, I
we-
mean, we can't because he'll just, evaporate
Yes,
and
I
come
know, but I
back.
would like to inflict some pain on him
Like that
before he
Jinky and all
turns
those
into
stories
glitter.
Carolina tells.
Pain probably can happen, but unfortunately, I think we face the same dilemma that Talith and the rest did. When you can't destroy something, you have to contain it. But if you contain it, you have to contain it forever.
Did we bring the mirror from the castle or did we not do that? Did we?
No, I think
don't
I think
remember.
it's. Or did you put it in the tower? I don't
I
recall.
think
We
put
were
it in the
going
tower.
to, yeah. Maybe we could trap him in the mirror.
Well,
It's
the
easier
other
than
thing,
that.
Carolina, you as the one currently attuned to the deck of Vidunme cards, you recall that Isilda was using it for that. Before she ended up trapped herself, she was using it to trap others. That's why there's others trapped in there.
Mm-hmm.
Their group made a lot of ways to try to trap them. The
Yeah.
pipe could even work, depending on what we're facing, but it might be too slow.
Yeah,
So
the
how?
pipe takes time. We would have to nail his feet to the floor.
Yeah, I don't think that would work because he could probably just, do that thing that Carolina does where he bamps away.
So I have a question. How do we know? Because we know Isilda trapped herself in the deck.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a space left, or is it full? Do we
Yes,
know?
you know that in theory, you could trap as many creatures as there are cards total. Which it means that there is a fair amount of theoretical space, but it's also not automatic that you capture them.
I'm just asking because I don't see that on the.
Yeah, no, don't worry about it. I think you sort of instinctively know that that's something you can attempt with the cards, but I think even with the identify, you're not 100% sure how it works. It doesn't feel like a sure thing. But nonetheless, it's clear that it was used for that purpose.
So, trapping Tanglefoot is one part of this. Ultimately, trying to repair the damage, or I don't know about the bigger picture. That's still something I'm working on.
So, what we were told, what the green one told us, is that they want to go home, right? And the island is their home. Do you think there's a way to send them there?
No, I think it means releasing the entirety of Dinethir and all the magic that's contained within that protection.
So nothing goes out and nothing comes in.
Yeah, if there were a way to shove them in there and keep the place locked down.
A lot of this is verging on the realms.
Out of here.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know exactly how that interfaces with normal magic. If anything can be called normal magic, of course.
I have an idea. You guys aren't going to like it.
I don't really like any of this, so go ahead.
What if we could get Rupino to create something like the weird auction house to trap them in that is like Dinethir?
Well, so, I mean, that maybe could work, but I feel like something like that would take time, and I don't think we have that right now.
And I don't know if they wouldn't know it wasn't real.
Well, they'd be trapped, so it wouldn't matter.
Well,
Like,
Well,
I don't know.
Ivy
If
says
they-
if they would be trapped regardless, why does it need to look like Dinethir?
Well, because how are we going to lure them in? We need to have a way to
Oh,
make
yes.
them believe that we
Bait,
solved their problem.
bait for the trap.
Right.
Well, I think we can think about that, but I think maybe right now is not the time to have come up with that plan when we probably should have come up with that plan like weeks ago.
Well, I was busy
There's been a lot going on.
trying to talk to Rupino and nobody would let me, so I mean maybe I would have come up with it weeks ago.
Well, This is a dude that built a thing to, like, destroy half of, you know, this whole plane. So
Yeah, but
I
he had
don't.
his reasons.
Well,
He
yeah,
didn't
but
do
what would
it.
stop him from doing it again? And maybe if we wake him up now, he'll see what's happened and be like, "Oh no, now I have to do the thing," and then like blow us all up.
I don't think he would.
What do you base that on?
I look at him a lot.
You looked at him?
Really?
Kinda.
Could I have the diamond back, please?
No. It's okay. I haven't used it.
Yet.
It didn't cost you anything. It was free.
No, but I was holding on to it
Now I am.
in that whole division of things. You asked
Now
to
I
look
am.
at it.
Can
Yeah,
we
I know.
argue about the diamond later? Because I
Alright.
think the consensus is we're not going to bring him back right now.
Yeah.
We have to go down there and we have to see what the status of everything is first.
Yes.
It was just an idea.
It's a valid idea.
It's an idea.
So
Yep, let's go.
All right.
So-
and we're gonna
it's like hurting
we're gonna
cats.
try
Go
and
through the
trap
door.
Tanglefoot if we can, and if not, we're gonna kill him.
We aren't going to be able to kill him. We'd only slow him down.
Well, that's okay.
I mean, I can try to use this
Or-
deck. I don't.
And make him faster.
I think Evan says, well, I mean, slowing him down seems still better than letting him do whatever he's going to do down here. So, I mean,
buy us time.
but yeah,
Well,
like trapping seems
Problem
like
being
that's
is
plan A.
last time we thought we slowed down the red one, and here it turned up on this plane. So it might actually do them a good favor to be reborn. I don't know. Their
Is
species.
is there a door that needs unlocked, or did you guys already?
No,
unlock it?
it's already unlocked. So there,
Okay.
what they found at the end of the last session was that there was a place that Tanglefoot presumably had blasted a hole in the wall and gone through it, and then cast an illusion spell to make it look like the wall was still intact. But using your key, you were able to unlock like the real door. And so there are steps that descend into mostly darkness, but with a tiny little bit of a green glow to it.
They descend into madness. Everything does.
It's okay. I can see into madness.
I feel like that's a good episode quote. He's like, they descend into madness. Everything does.
Yeah. All right, let's go. And I will go first since I have superior dark vision,
Okay.
so I
And
can
I
see
will
a
go
little
very
better.
close behind, like grabbed onto the back of her cloak there.
Okay. All right. So let me bring you over onto the next map. You're starting at the bottom of this one. The whole map is, more or less revealed because we're not doing like labyrinth stuff here. Let me put Zaleen on this one. Can everyone confirm that if you can or cannot move your tokens?
Cannot yet.
Okay, yeah. So let me just I can take a moment. And,
I can.
Okay, well that's good. I can
Yeah.
I can fix it for everyone else too, though. So
I can't move Evan though, just me.
all right, well. Soon you will be able to. Nedry, you should be able to move now.
Yep.
Okay.
I am not able to.
No, I'm still working on you. Everyone should be able to move. Ivy, Evan, and Buster now. Should be good now, Zinhorn, and now, last but not least.
Is I got brought a Choco Taco. They just announced today they're being discontinued.
That's stupid.
You have one of the last ones.
Stupid.
You have to keep it in your freezer forever.
Oh, no way. I also don't keep my toys in the boxes.
Oh gosh, I just realized that the color of the background and the color of my shirt are blending into each other on the video. That's kind of weird. So,
Okay. Before I proceed, I want to do Eyes of the Grave and see if I can sense any undead within 60 feet.
sure, sure. You do that as you are stepping off of the bottom stair.
Mhm.
But I think as you step into this cavern proper, you're looking ahead and you are not sensing any undead within your
Okay.
view. And it's not dark down here. It's dimly lit by this strange greenish glow that seems to be brighter in some strange, almost slimy streaks here and there, but it's enough to make the cavern dimly lit. But I think as each of you descends into the cavern, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw for me, please. And can I get volunteers to do these saves and track hit points for Evan, Ivy, and Buster?
I'll do
Okay.
Evan.
Okay. Okay.
I need to pull up Evan's sheet.
Okay.
Too.
Yeah, sure. So, for everyone that got a 15 or higher, it just feels gross, but you're otherwise fine. But everyone who failed gets 9 poison damage. And if you failed by 5 or more, it looks like that would be Zaleen
Me.
Zaleen got. Did you roll with
9.
I see. Yeah. So those of you who failed by 5 or more also are currently poisoned, which
Awesome.
means disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls.
You said it was how many points was it?
9.
Okay.
But I actually take that back, Carolina, because you are sensing the hostility of the environment here, and it feels as though for a moment it's invading you and making you sick, but then you feel a strange little sort of shiver all over, and it feels almost like when you change forms. And it sort of shivers head to toe almost involuntarily. Like, I think it's not quite involuntarily, but it's almost like a sneeze. Like to try to hold it in would be unpleasant. I assume you kind of let it go. Yeah? Yes?
Well,
I will let you
yeah.
resist if you want.
Yeah, I want to try to resist
Okay,
because that's weird and I don't like it.
sure. You take 9 poison damage.
Evan got 15.
Mhm.
Oh no, he got 9.
Okay. Well,
Never mind. So he
Yeah.
takes 9 damage. Okay.
9 poison damage. Did we get Buster?
Yeah, I got a 15.
Okay, yeah, 15 just saves. And then did someone take Ivy?
I don't have her sheet.
I mean, you should be able to look her up the same way you do Evan. She's Ivy Pennythorpe. If you can't find her, I can link you to it, or I can do it for her. But I don't have her stats
That on Roll20?
on D&D Beyond.
Or
I just
D&D?
clicked our link in the chat for Evan.
Okay.
I couldn't actually look either one of them up before, but
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess I can give you the link here just a moment. Okay, give me one moment. Oh, yeah. See, it's because it's I don't know. D&D Beyond does have occasionally some weirdness with their you can have homebrew stuff on there, but you can't just going to the site search won't search it, won't come up with it even for me.
Yep.
yeah.
But yeah, let me here. This link should work. Putting it in the Zoom chat for now. let me know if that link does not work.
There we go.
Yeah, it looks like
Yep, there she is. I'm going to actually put that in our Discord too, so we have it.
That's a good idea. I just didn't want to open it up. So,
you've got Ivy.
Yeah, I'll get her too, I guess.
okay, yeah. So, yeah, everyone who got 10 or lower are also have the poisoned condition for the moment. I think also, Carolina, just as you are kind of adjusting to that strange, weird sensation, and also just that it's awful down here in a like toxic way, just at the edge of your true sight, so like not far away, but only just barely, you have just the split second sensation of something enormous moving in front of you, but then it's gone.
Guys, I don't think we're alone.
Tangerwood's down here somewhere.
Something big, like really big.
Marushka's also probably down here somewhere.
So, to be clear, we are not at this time rolling initiative yet, but you do get the sense that the save that you made will continue if you stay down here. It's not gone away.
Let's just keep going.
All right. I cast Aid at 4th level. And
Right. So
up
that's
to 3 creatures. So the three player characters get 15 hit points.
okay.
I am going to use one of my charges from the Kenneth Mandolin
Mm-hmm.
to cast. Let's see. I have protection. Wait, wasn't there some? Hold on, I forgot something.
Okay.
It says protection from energy. Oh, it says lightning only. Never mind. But I can do protection from evil and good.
Okay.
And I
So
would
can
like to use that on Zaleen.
I can do that too.
You could do it on someone else.
So I will do that on Nedry because he's small.
I'm putting markers on you just to indicate concentration.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So who is currently affected by the? So Zaleen has Carolina's spell, which I'll do with the pink dot, and then Nedry has
Nedry.
Zaleen's. Okay. So the pink dot is protection from evil and good, and the yellow dot is concentration. So
It's a very effective spell, but I think I have other things I need to do.
Nedry
know.
also gets a yellow dot.
why is he's not concentrating?
Yeah.
The yellow
Oh.
dot is not for aid. The yellow dot is for the concentration.
Okay.
Yeah, so Carolina and Zaleen are both holding that spell as concentration.
Got it.
But here's the thing. I think you're all kind of dealing with your spells you're casting in general, but you realize as you cast the spell that suddenly there's this strange rippling effect extending outward from you, and then all of a sudden the entire cavern seems to start to tremble, but it looks like it's shaking visually, and yet you don't feel it shaking in your feet. But then all of a sudden there's a strange flickering flash of light, and the cavern changes around you. The green light is now orange, and I need everyone to make a wisdom saving throw.
Is it magic?
Yes.
20.
16 on that one.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I gotta do Evan and Ivy.
16.
All right. Lots of successes here. 15 is what we're looking for here.
That was Evan. I got 13. And Ivy got a natural 1.
Okay, yeah.
Ooh.
Ooh, only
Yeah.
a 4 for Buster.
So both Buster, so Ivy, Buster, and Evan all suddenly look scared, startled, and they start like walking off like and yelling like, "Where are you? What happened? Where did you go?" And I think Buster stays where he is, but he's just like whining.
This place is reacting to magic.
Everyone, can you hear me? I'm rather alone down here. It's not to my liking.
I would like to run up and grab the back of her clothes or whatever it is
Okay.
she's wearing.
Also,
Yeah.
I should, I once again, I'll just go ahead and say this now so I don't keep forgetting. Carolina, as soon as you felt the place change, once again, you felt that strange little ripple sensation, which once again you can choose to resist if you choose to do so.
No, I'm gonna let it go because I'm concentrating on, the spell and chasing down Ivy, who is
Sure.
running off now. So,
So
Yeah.
I think that now that you have let it happen, you look the same, but all of a sudden you are seeing strange, different, translucent shapes that look like illusions that you recognize as illusions. But you watch as Ivy, trying to walk forward, like looking as though she's looking for someone, you watch her step around what would appear to be a large rock in front of her, but you see as an illusion. And so you realize you think you can now see the illusions that they are seeing.
oh, weird. So, guys, they've got like illusions like that are, they can't. They're seeing something else.
How do
What
you
happens
know?
when I grab Ivy?
Yeah, so they are, first of all, they are acting like they can't hear you. So calling out to
Mhm.
them is not doing anything.
Right.
But when you grab Ivy, I think she screams a little bit. Ah! She sort of whirls and she's like drawing her javelin and she's like looking around.
Well, they,
I think Nedry, you are knocked over as Buster pushes past you, looking, and he's like looking all around too.
Hey, watch it.
Okay, so they can't see us and they can't hear us, and so she got really freaked out when I touched her. So what if we can poke them in the direction we want to go and like hurt them that way?
Well, if they can't see the same things, they might do something dangerous or walk into a trap or something.
Evan is
Well, I can see
stepping
them.
forward and he's just saying, "Where are you guys? The cavern's blocked behind us. What's happening? Are you hear me? Do you hear me?" And he's sounding
They
scared
should
too.
go into the tower if they can't hold it here. Do you think it's a curse or just a magical effect?
So, Carolina, suddenly you, once again, just at the edges of your peripheral vision, you have just almost this instinctive sense of something big moving through space completely independently of where there are cave passages or not. You get the sense that it might be on the ethereal plane. But as that happens, suddenly, once again, the cavern around you flickers. And now everything is sort of glowing red and the air is stiflingly hot. And I need everyone to make a dexterity saving throw. Except for Carolina, who once again is going to feel that little shiver.
Natural 1.
Oh,
Well, it didn't hurt the last time I did it, and I saw some stuff, so I'm gonna let it go again.
that's
Okay. So this is a So first of all, you all get the sense that as soon as this happened, the ones that were, Ivy, Evan, and Buster can suddenly see you again. They look around startled, but they see you. But in addition to the stifling air, there are these random little spurts of fiery steam blasting out of random places in the walls, and so your dexterity save is to try to avoid those. But if you get 15 or higher, you are fine. If not, you get 7 fire damage. If you failed by 5 or more, so meaning if you got a 10 or less, no, I think a 10 is fine, but 9 or less, you are also set on fire.
What was the
I have fire
damage?
resistance.
7. Yes. So
7.
in that case, you would. I think also your armor probably, I think, can't be set on fire. I'll say that. But
Nedry lets out a scream because he's on fire.
yeah.
No. Oh.
Yeah. So we're not in initiative right now, so you can go ahead and use an action to put yourself out.
Hot, 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 hot.
I will
Yeah.
also do that.
And Buster is also
Uh,
on fire, but I think instinctively we'll roll around,
Yeah.
try to put it out.
Well, and again, since we're not in initiative, there's nothing pressing keeping you from just going ahead and doing that. But Carolina, as you felt that sort of shiver go over you again, you're kind of looking at your arm confused just as one of these blasts comes out the wall, and it just feels like gently warm air to you.
Oh, that's weird. Okay.
Yeah. Before you do that, I have fire resistance, so I take 4 damage. Is that right? Or do I
Well,
take the full
3.
7?
3. No, you have
Right.
resistance, so you're resistant, and you take
Okay.
half fire damage. Yeah.
Okay.
So, if the question was, is this actually some other kind of damage, and it just seems like fire damage, then the answer is no. It's fire damage.
Okay.
Okay.
We
I
can't
think I
stand
can-
around here. We need to go.
I think I can get us out pretty quickly. So everybody just hang on to each other and follow me, I guess. So I'm gonna grab Ivy and one of Zalien's arms, and I'm gonna start trucking through.
Okay. I think you are pulling everybody through. You're trying to make an effort to go quickly. But then,
Nedry will jog to try to keep
Yeah.
up.
yeah. So, and incidentally, these fire spurts keep happening. So, in another moment, we would have you make another save here. But something else is going to happen even before that, which is that once again, Carolina, you just get this sense. You realize this is something in the ethereal plane is looming up enormous right in front of you. No one else sees it at all until it becomes corporeal. And let me go ahead and show you what you suddenly see directly in front of you.
No.
Yeah. Where did it go? There we go. All right. And only it's not that size, it is that size.
Ah!
Ah!
Yeah. And
Do not want.
Yeah. So Carolina, you're up in front, so let's go ahead and see. Oh wow, that's a low roll. Does a 17 hit?
That just meets my armor class.
Okay. So you are going to take. I don't have enough dice out right now, but here I will use.
God, that's never a good sign. I don't have enough dice.
Yeah. Well, so let's see. Well, I also just don't have very many dice out at all right now, but so. 23 piercing damage, and I need a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, that's a natural 20.
There you go. You manage to wrest yourself free of its pinchers before it swallows you.
Oh my god!
Oh.
So now we're rolling initiative.
Can you describe this thing as we see it?
Yes. It appears to be emerging out of the ground like an enormous tunneling worm, except you can see that the ground itself is not actually disturbed by it, and it also seemed to appear, it didn't tunnel up out of the ground, it just, like, it appeared as though it had been invisible and then just faded back into visibility. It is a gargantuan, it must be like 80 feet long. It's a good 20 feet thick, including its little spiny protrusions, and it has an enormous, horrible, drooling jaw. Does that satisfy?
Yeah, I kind of regret it a little bit. Thank you.
All right. Let me get everyone on the tracker here.
Okay. That busy for a while.
Okay. Okay, so looks like, yeah, we still have a few of you working on initiative, but we'll get there. Okay, so it looks like we need,
Ivy.
yeah, Ivy and Buster and Zaleen on there.
Buster's was an 8.
Okay, I will update that. Hey.
He's on the initiative.
Oh, I see him, but oh, okay, he's got a double on there. That's all. All right.
Roll twice again? Shoot.
No,
Sorry.
no, don't worry about it. It's fine. It's fine. I fixed it. There we go.
There we go.
Okay. So between Zaleen and Buster, who has a higher dex?
Probably Buster.
Okay.
Only a 13.
Oh, Ivy then.
All right. So what about Zaleen versus Evan? Oh wait, no, we got a double of you on here, Zaleen.
Oh, that's why it didn't fill in.
Okay. Yeah. So did you roll 23 before?
No, that was Evan's, but it automatically filled in on
Oh,
mine.
I see. Okay. So I removed the double. We should be good now. Does everyone have their initiative on the tracker and it's reading correctly? All right. So, this thing has just phased into existence, enormous, and just tried to swallow your bard.
Do I have to make a concentration check for my...
Oh, for taking the damage?
Yeah.
Yes. So you're trying to get a, yeah, so you just made it, because you're trying to get a 12. All right, so Evan is up first.
Evan's like, get away from the barn! And he like runs in and does his multi-attack.
Okay.
So he's gonna make 3 short sword attacks.
Yeah. We are looking, so that's going to be 2 hits and a miss, but the critical miss is definitely a miss. So that's 10 total piercing. Okay. And is he right there, just right in its face?
Yep.
All right. So, anything else?
Nope. He
Okay.
can't do nothing else.
All right. Carolina.
What's this thing's range like, so that I'll know how far I can go without provoking an opportunity?
Well, you don't know 100% for sure. You are certainly in its melee now because it just demonstrated that.
Right. I would like to. Okay. Well, first, I'm gonna try this and just hope it doesn't get worse. And I am going to use the Dunmei deck
Okay.
to cast Woe
All right. So
on this creature.
as you draw this deck of cards, you feel your fingers drawn to a specific card without knowing why, but you draw it, and as you display it to the beast, you feel the fabric of fate warping around you, and now, what? Remind me once again. It's what? Just disadvantage on.
It is. Just roll past it. Disadvantage on attack rolls, ability checks, and saving throws for the next hour.
Yeah. All right. That's pretty good.
All right, and then I'm gonna chance it, and I'm gonna go back here.
Okay, it is going to make an opportunity attack.
At disadvantage.
Yep. It does do it at disadvantage. So this time, it is trying once again to bite you. At disadvantage, it's gonna get a 21.
Oh, God,
Mm-hmm.
so dead. What's the damage?
It is 21 piercing damage. And once again, I need a saving throw.
God.
Dexterity.
17.
That is a failure.
Oh God.
As
Getting
this
eaten.
this worm, you all watch as it swallows Carolina. I'm gonna just set your token off to the corner just because it wouldn't be on the map presently, but or you know what, how that could be fun. We just go ahead and put it inside.
Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. That's Carolina's turn. It's your turn, Zinhorn.
I have to make another Constitution.
Yes, for your protection from evil and good.
18.
Okay, yeah. So you hold concentration despite being swallowed.
Even though I'm eaten.
Mm-hmm.
What I was about to do just went out the window.
Mm-hmm.
I am gonna.
It's okay, I got this.
I'm gonna hit this thing with a guiding bolt at 6th level,
Okay.
and hope that it will take the damage. 18 to hit.
Okay, and 18 just hits.
Okay.
So that's 31 radiant
points of
damage.
Wow.
radiant damage.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is now glittering with this magical residue, which would make the next attack on it have advantage. And it sort of roars and writhes in pain. Okay.
Okay, and since I cast a spell, I can't use my spiritual weapon as my bonus action. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Then that's it for me.
Where would you like to move anywhere?
I'm gonna get out of the way of Buster and move over here.
Okay. It is the worm's turn, and you see it look down at Evan, and it's gonna, I think, let's see. I think, yeah, we're gonna he gets a bite attack as well. Yeah, that's gonna be a 28 to hit.
That totally doesn't hit.
20 piercing damage, and he needs to make the saving throw.
What kind of saving throw was it?
Dexterity.
Okay.
Oh, you know
seven.
what? I didn't roll that with disadvantage. Let me do that. But wait. So what, a 16 hit, Evan?
I'm trying to. Paul, what armor did you give him?
Oh,
I
because,
gave
like-
him my old chain.
Okay, but what was the armor class on it? Because
My old armor class was 18 with a shield, so his
Well-
would be 16 without a shield. right?
Well, no, it's based on Dex plus a bonus.
Yeah, like it
I
would
don't
be with
have a
his
dex
dex.
bonus. Yeah, I don't have a dex
Um,
bonus.
So it would be 18.
Wait.
If it
so,
was like flat 16, then it would be 18. That's his
hang on,
dex.
hang on. Let me just. I'm pulling up the chainmail stats.
Oh no, it would be 19 because his dex is +3. If that's right.
Hang on.
So chainmail is it's a flat 16. It doesn't add a bonus for chainmail.
Okay, well, so 16
okay.
does just hit then.
Yep.
Okay, but I just need to remember to be rolling with the disadvantage. So, yeah, so he looks like he also failed the dexterity.
Yep.
He is also swallowed.
Oh.
And then it lurches forward just a little bit and sort of writhes over, and suddenly, Zaleen, you see a nasty-looking tail stinger coming at you.
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
Okay.
That is going to be, well, perhaps I should roll d20s instead of d12s.
No, those are okay.
Disadvantage, but they both rolled the same. That's going to be 27 to hit. For 20 piercing damage, and I need a Constitution saving throw. Holy shit. This thing is hitting pretty hard.
Not the phrase I want to hear.
Yeah.
6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's not going to save. Wow, okay.
So this is fun.
Is that like poison or?
Hold on. Yeah, I'm rolling the poison damage now.
Okay.
28 poison damage.
I am going to actually use Hellish Rebuke.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, so I think, so it attempts to make a dexterity saving throw, which it will do at disadvantage. Whoops. I rolled that on the floor. But I will, because I saw what number it came up on, I will let it stand. It's good for you guys, so. Yeah, that's going to be a 4, so it will definitely fail.
Okay. So he takes 32 fire.
Yes, does not like that at all. But I think you do not like that in response, it shimmers out of corporeality again, taking Evan.
Does that feel like a magical effect or a spell?
It is not a spell.
Okay.
I mean, it is something that it seems innately able to do. But as it's phasing out of this, back into the ethereal plane, it's taking Evan and Carolina with it. But also, around you, the map flickers, the cavern flickers, and now the everything is suddenly very cold. And what was I? So, Carolina and Evan don't need to do this, but everyone else needs to make a strength save because ice crystals are suddenly trying to grow up around your feet.
Oh my god, 7.
Okay.
1.
Oh, strength.
Plain old hard-earned 1.
Okay. Yeah. So
12 for Ivy.
Yes, all of you are going to take
23.
2 cold damage. So everyone who got less than 15 will take 2 cold damage, and then for Zaleen and Nedry, who got less than 10, you find that you are currently, like, the ice has grown up around your feet. You're going to have to sort of use an action to kick yourself free before you can move.
Okay.
But yes, and the worm has vanished. You don't see it.
Come back here with our people!
Actually, let me double check what its movement speed is. Yeah, okay. So, that happened. But it is now your turn, Zaleen.
Okay.
I'm going to hold my action and cast Hunger of Kadar
Okay.
around it the next time it appears.
Okay. Well, I think you have a sense that it was moving. Like as you see it phasing out, it's also disappearing. Like, or also looks like it's moving. So it might not appear in the
Right.
same place.
Right.
mean,
but
you
like
can
as
do
soon as
it-
I see it, like once it like
I see.
phases back
Holding
in.
it.
Yeah.
If it appears again where you can see it, then you cast it.
Right.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Great. Okay. Anything else for you? Bonus action?
Nope,
Or...
that's
okay.
it. I'm just. Oh, actually, I'm gonna cast Healing Word on myself as
Yeah.
a bonus action. Oh wait, I can't do that because it's not a cantrip. So never mind.
Can't hold the spell and cast another spell.
Yeah. Nope. So nope, I'm good.
Okay.
How about we move? How about you move forward?
Why would I do that?
She can't. The ice crystals have frozen her feet to the floor.
Yeah, and I used my
Oh.
action to hold my spell, so I can't. Plus,
Okay.
I just watched it eat two of my friends, so I kind of don't want to move until I see where it is again. If that makes sense.
Yep.
All right. So it would be Buster's turn. I would think probably makes the most sense to me that Buster would probably be inspecting where it seems to be, but I'll let you kind of be the final arbiter there, Mark.
Yeah, it kind of probably charges forward and then stops because there's nothing there, and I don't know if it can smell. Is this a smelling creature?
Well, I think he could try to smell, but it doesn't. I think he's not getting as much as he might like.
Yeah, so spending the turn kind of looking around, kind of about all I can do.
So on Ivy's turn, I'll let you. We didn't assign. I guess you were rolling for her, Zaleen. But yeah, so
Yeah.
I think that that her instinct. She's certainly like looking around warily, but it's also a case of saying, do we think it's a guardian or is it just a natural creature that has taken up residence here?
I mean, it seems like a guardian. I don't know.
Yeah, that's my guess.
I don't care what it is. It has Lynn and Evan.
I know.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'm just saying that if it's a guardian, it's guarding a place, as opposed to just being here generally. So it may be that its priority is to keep us from that place above and beyond all else. But I think that's probably all she'd have time to do. Say in turn.
Can she do like inspiring help?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna have her do inspiring help for Nedry because he's next.
Okay.
So that gives him a D6 bonus to a D20 roll.
Mm-hmm.
If it's an attack, you don't have to add to it if it hits, but you can add it to the bonus, like the damage roll instead.
Oh, so kind of like a bardic inspiration.
Kinda, yeah,
Yeah.
but you can do it for either or for like the attack.
Okay.
It's just attacks. It's not like you can't use it for like
Right.
saving throws.
Essentially, she's setting you up for like to do a team up attack sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, except you can't see anything. Okay, yeah, sure.
I know what you're saying, but I need to see it first.
And I think it's Nedry's turn.
Mm-hmm.
So he will cast See Invisibility on himself.
Okay.
See Invisibility not only reveals things are invisible, but you can also see into the ethereal plane.
Okay. That's great. That's good for you. I think what you see in the ethereal plane right now is that it has moved. It has moved away. You think it has moved. In fact, I'll go ahead and give you two that you can see almost sort of like a trail that it leaves behind a little bit. And you can see that it has moved north in the ethereal plane.
I thought I might be able to see it. I think I can see where it went. Further in. That's about all I can tell, but I should be able to see it if it comes back.
And that's his turn.
Okay. So now, in the belly of the worm, In the belly of the worm. Evan's turn. He is
Okay.
restrained. Hang on, let's see. He is blinded and restrained. It's not he takes acid damage on the worm's turn, which hasn't happened yet. So, for now, he is restrained, so any attacks will be at disadvantage, but he can attempt to make them.
Okay. So he's gonna do his multi attacks.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, he has. I'm not sure if you would do this or not, but he has keen hearing and keen sight.
Okay.
So could he make a wisdom check, like a perception check, to kind of get, like a straight roll rather than a disadvantage?
I don't think so, because he is double disadvantage. He's blinded and restrained, because it's not just dark, it's also he's in the middle of a worm's digestive system.
Well, can he do that to make sure he doesn't chop up Lynn because he knows
yeah,
she's in
don't
there?
worry about it. Yeah, no, I think that we're not that won't happen.
Okay.
He can tell what's worm and what's not. It's not about that. It's about just being able to actually get the swing off, and do any actual damage.
Okay.
Instead of having his arms pinned to the ground.
I think I have to roll 6 times. Yeah, because it's.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so the first one is 11 and would not hit.
Oh no, it's you're rolling for advantage and disadvantage. Okay, yeah, you're right. I didn't see the other one.
Yeah, so the first two rolls were 11 and 21, and so with disadvantage, the 11 would miss. 15 and 12, that's going to miss also, I'm afraid.
Oh, Evan.
And then 18 and 10, so unfortunately, no, he's not. I think the problem is he's got his sword, but he's just he's kind of being squeezed, his arms to his sides, so he can't really get the weapon up to do any damage with it right now.
Okay.
Okay. Carolina, you're in the same boat.
Right. So would this count as... I wouldn't be able to tell who.
Mm-hmm.
But I know there were other people, and would I be able to tell that someone else got eaten?
Yes.
Okay. Then, in that case, would he be within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay. Then I would like to cast Dimension Door on the two of us.
Well, so here's the tricky part, though, right?
Yeah.
So this will absolutely work, but you have to
We'd
decide.
be in the ethereal plane, right?
Well, that's complicated, isn't it? You don't know.
Okay.
I think all you're aware of is being in the worm. I don't think you can sense what plane you're on.
Okay. Well, yeah, and that was also a question, so that answers that. Regardless, I don't want to be inside the worm.
Sure. So I guess the question, though, then is just how would Lynn decide where to teleport to?
Well, because I don't know if we've moved, so I would probably go with, say, 30 feet, because I know which direction I was taken from, so it would be 30 feet that way, 40 feet that way. I don't know where that puts us.
Okay, so if you imagine,
if I was imagining it, it would be towards the entrance where we came in.
Okay. I think so. The way the spell works is if you would arrive in a place already occupied by an object or creature, you and any creature traveling with you would take 46 force damage, and the spell fails to teleport you. But I think what is going to happen here, actually, is that both you and Evan teleport, and I think you find yourselves sticking out of the wall, where you feel that you are partially ethereal and partially not, and that you, like, the part of you that's emerged is not ethereal. The part of you that's in there is, but like there's a weird magical effect happening here that you are currently stuck there. But you are out of the worm, which does give you the benefit of not taking 66 acid damage.
Yeah, and
on
I
its
would be
turn.
dead if it did.
So I think in this case, you are not taking the force damage because you were ethereal when it happened, but something is also trying to make you not ethereal, and it's something about the magic of this place has disrupted the normal way that would work.
Okay.
Yeah. So I think right now, you may have sort of you'll have to maybe make a check. You know what? Make an Arcana check.
I don't think I have any. Well, I got a +3, maybe.
Give it a shot.
Oh, it's a natural 20. So 23.
Okay. I think you have the sense right now that you could go either way. Meaning, if you pushed yourself further into the rock, you would stay completely ethereal and you would be on the ethereal plane. But you don't necessarily know how you get back from being on the ethereal plane. Or you could pull yourselves out of the rock and not be ethereal, but also now just be exposed.
Right in front of the thing.
Also, incidentally, you don't like the worm. Is in the ethereal plane still, so you don't like see it. Right there.
But with my true sight, would I see
yeah. Like if you're squinting with it, then yeah, you see it on the ethereal plane.
It's like right there in front of me. It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. So you basically you're kind of stuck, but you feel like you could go either way, and one way is certainly more safe temporarily. Well, but then it's also ethereal too, so it's not necessarily.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. So, but at the same time, also on that basis, you get the sense that, like, if it's currently on the ethereal plane, you think it has to shift back and forth. It has to choose which one it's on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that was your action to cast that spell. I will still give you the rest of your turn.
There's not a whole lot else I can do. I mean, I guess I could run, but like Evan's here, and I don't want to just leave him. So,
You can pull him out.
Yeah, I mean, if you drag him, you can move half speed.
I haven't decided what I want to do yet. Okay, well, could I push him one direction and then run the other way?
That would be like an action, I think.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. You know what?
okay.
I will allow it, but you will only get him to move 5 feet that way. And then that's 5 feet.
Okay, well, the rest is up to him.
Yeah.
Did what I could.
Okay. So you can shove him so that he is out of the rock, and you see him pop back fully into the material plane, no longer ethereal. And then I think to push him, you have to get to there, but then you would have the rest of your movement.
Okay, I will go this way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay. And
I'm gonna guess it doesn't get an opportunity attack because it is ethereal.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, it's ethereal, and because you're moving away on not ethereal anymore, it can't grab you.
Okay.
So, you can also
Running.
yell out to the others if you want. Right.
Like, over here!
Okay. Zinhorn.
I just heard Carolina
Yeah.
yell over here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna move toward her.
Okay.
And I can see her from there, right?
Right? Is
Or
that just
is
30
it
feet?
too
I
dark?
mean, I guess you're kind of,
That's my 30 feet. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll give you that. Although I think you kind of technically were moving through some of this rock here, but that's okay. So you could dash if you wanted, but you could see her from there.
I'm still expecting something to pop out and attack, so I'm gonna not dash, and hold my action.
Okay. To what?
Do another. Oh, if I say I'm gonna do a spell, I'm gonna lose the spell, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I will do Sacred Flame.
Okay. You prepare Sacred Flame if you see the thing. Good.
Yeah, if I see a target.
Sounds good. Okay. It is its turn now. And let's see, what does it want to do? Yeah, I think it is still determined to try to eat. So it's going to bonus action turn back to material plane. At which point you do see it, Zinhorn, but let's see. Yeah, your Sacred Flame, what's the range of that?
60 feet.
60 feet, you are out of range. And it's attacking Evan.
And we don't see it because of the rocks, right?
Right, yeah, there's
Okay.
all this dark stuff is rock.
I'll be right back.
Okay, he is getting a dirty 20 to hit. Huh? Wait, 17 piercing damage and a dexterity saving throw for Evan. Okay.
9.
Yeah.
We probably should have
Unfortunately.
left Evan in the rock.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could have tried that anyway, but yeah. So I think, unfortunately for Evan, he is re-swallowed.
Ooh.
He at least was spared the digestion damage of that turn, although taking another bite though. Okay, so that is the worm's turn though. Actually, I take it back. It is going to try to move forward a little bit and use its tail stinger on you, Carolina.
Don't forget the disadvantage.
Yeah, no, I'm rolling that. It just has a
Okay.
really high bonus.
Yep.
Yeah,
Probably gonna die.
27 to hit.
Yep. Might be dead now.
Well, it is going to be. Also, one other thing that happens is as it turns and shifts again, the cavern changes again. And once again, it is that same green sort of toxin type of cavern, which will have all of you deal with successively on your turn. But it is going to do 20 piercing
Yep,
damage.
just collapsed.
Okay. So the poison is just on top of that. It doesn't make any other difference. And so, yeah, I think, Zinhorn, you do see Carolina get jabbed by its stinger and then collapse. Okay. That is its turn, though. Zeline, it is your turn. The ice crystals have now dissolved away off of your feet. But I do need you to make the Constitution save again for the poison.
Okay. 14.
Okay. Unfortunately, so you don't have the poisoned condition, but you will take 8 poison damage.
All right.
But you are now free to move about the cavern.
I am going to, before I even do that, I'm going to cast Healing Word on myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that was helpful.
Not the highest rolls there, but
No.
take what you can
Okay.
get sometimes.
And then I'm going to dash in the same direction as Zinhorn went. 6. Would that be right? Because it's
Well,
diagonal.
yeah, and just try to avoid moving through the squares that have the rock in them. So like.
Right. Like I went like up, and then over,
Mm-hmm.
over.
Yeah. No, that's
up.
that. You're good. You're good.
Okay. Okay. So. Yeah. Can I see it?
Yeah, I think you can see it from there. You also see Carolina down.
I already cast a bonus action though,
Hmm.
so I can't do another one.
Well, if you have your action, you could dash.
How far away is it from me?
Well, it's 70 feet from you right now. Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna cast Hunger of the Dark.
Okay. What's the range of that one?
It's 150 feet, and
Okay.
it takes like a 20-foot.
It's like a square, right?
It's a radius sphere of blackness and bitter cold.
20-foot radius.
It becomes difficult terrain, and any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage. And any creature that ends its turn must succeed on a dex saving throw or take 2d6 acid.
Okay. All right. So it does that on its turn?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. You have done so. Now it's Buster's turn, and he hears people yelling and running a certain way.
Well, especially here's Zinhorn, so usually going to follow him first. Just gotta check on movement.
He should go ahead and also, you know
right.
what? But I'm not going to make Buster make the save for poison because I think he's just seems immune.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Then he will try to squeeze his way through here. See Zinhorn, keep charging on.
I'm going to imagine he just leaps right over Zaleen and Zinhorn's heads.
Probably. Kind of ends up there, and kind of calls out a challenge to the writhing tentacles of darkness, because that's all he can see at the moment.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Ivy, I think. Jenny's. Wait, I think Ivy is also going to be dashing. 5. You know what? Yeah. I think she'll get to right there. She is also just trying to get up to where she will have better access to the thing. Okay, Nedry.
So first of all, the ice has gone away, but there's poison.
Right. So once again, the Constitution saving throw.
Okay. Dirty 20.
There you go. Yeah. No poison for you.
Poison for me. Okay.
Christiana, since I cast Woe on that worm, I did not roll for whether or not something comes out of the deck.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. Well, let's wait for your turn.
Okay. It just occurred to me.
Yeah,
I didn't want to
that's
forget.
it's good. Nedry?
I think, yeah. Sorry, there's sort of green bands across things.
Imagine them in the ceiling. They don't obstruct the passage through the area. They kind of glow and give off light, but you can go right through those spaces.
I think Nedry is going to. Oops. Right. You're slow. All right.
All right.
He's all. All I'm really going to do is he's going to double move. He's going to double
Okay,
move in the
sure.
opposite direction.
Yep. Okay. So as you're dashing up to try to get to where you can accomplish more. Do you want me to move the token for you? Oh, did we lose you, Mark? Are you frozen? I think Mark is frozen. All right. Well, I will see if I'll move his token. 2, 3, 4.
His
4.
computer just crashed.
Yeah. It happens. All right. So Nedry has moved up to here. In fact, actually, I'll move him around over there, and maybe he sees it just a little bit. Okay. Let's go ahead and move on, though. Now it is Evan's turn. Yep, and he can. Let's see. I think. I don't. You know what? I'll have to leave it on here because I don't have the map set up for 3 of us. Actually, wait. No, here it is. No, never mind. Okay. Yeah. All right. In any case, so it is Evan's turn. He can once again attempt to make his disadvantaged attacks.
All right, I'm just gonna do it again.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so a 12 unfortunately doesn't hit. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough when you're in there. The melee guys in there don't have a rough time compared to the spellcasters. Okay, yeah, unfortunately he's not able to make any headway there. So Carolina, first let's go ahead and have you make your Vidunme deck roll, which is a percentile dice, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, yeah, 94. Nothing happens. There are no nightmares additionally released.
So the death saving throw is just a D20, right?
Correct. Okay, that's 1
8.
failure. All right. Zinhorn, it is your turn.
Okay, I am going to move up.
So hold on, quick question.
Mm-hmm.
Zinhorn, did you cast something at the beginning that gave us temporary hit points?
Oh, it was additional
Yeah.
hit points to your max.
How
You should
many?
have
Yeah.
15 more.
15.
I'm not down then.
Oh, okay.
I didn't add them on.
All right. Well, you need to be on top of that. I can't keep track of
No.
these things. All right.
Ugh.
Well, in that case, then let's reset and you get your turn.
Ugh. Sorry.
Well, hey, you know what? Well, technically, you would have also taken the poison damage from the stinger.
Which
So-
was how much? So it was
It's-
hit for 21 for the piercing
yeah,
damage.
I mean, it's a lot.
so I was at 17 plus 15.
And I think it was 21 piercing damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the poison is
So it would have been
Yeah.
32 total, what I
The-
had.
the poison was going to be enough to still put you down.
Okay. All right. So not a big deal then.
That's
All right.
okay, but good to know because the spell is still in effect. So in theory, you can be healed up to that same total. But if you, assuming you don't die,
Right.
All right, so Zinhorn, you're going to move.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to dash.
Okay. All right. I mean, are you having trouble moving or? Okay,
No.
there you go. Okay. Okay. I think if
Yep.
you have healing word, you could cast that. It would be a bonus action. You used your action to dash, right?
Yeah, I can't. Healing word can be a bonus action.
Yeah. Healing word is a bonus
Okay.
action. That's why. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Probably should have. Yeah, healing word uh, on Zaleen. Sorry, on Lynn. At 3rd level. $19 points.
There you go. That's a actually no, that's Grave Cleric. Never mind. I was just going to say there's one of the subclasses that one of the subclasses never mind, it's moot.
Mine does it.
Yeah.
It's mine.
So 19 hit points for you, Carolina. You are prone on the ground, but now once again awake. Oh, your protection though from evil and good on Zaleen would have faded because you were unconscious.
Am I still poisoned?
No.
Okay.
In fact, actually, in fact, I think as soon as you allowed yourself to do those instinctive shifts, it would have gone away. All right. That after Zinhorn's turn, it is the worm's turn. And I think that it has to deal with the hunger of Hadar, right? So what does it do? You're muted, I think.
It takes damage.
Okay.
It takes 2d6 cold damage.
All right. 9.
So 9.
Okay. And then it has to make a save?
Any creature that ends its turn in the area must succeed on a dex save or take 2d6 acid.
Okay, but if it just moves out, then it doesn't have to do
Yeah,
that?
it's fine. Yep.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, I believe you. You're the one looking at it. Okay. So I think... Yeah, I think...
Their creatures fully within the area are blinded.
Okay, well, it's also a worm that doesn't have eyes. So
Right.
It has...
Yeah.
I think it has blind sight, but that would be obstructed, right? Like,
But there's soft whispers, like a cacophony of soft whispers.
I think even it's effectively blinded regardless of the blind sight. But so I think as you know what you can see through the tentacles, you see it sort of lurch and sort of slam up against the wall a couple of times. And then it is going to once again go ethereal. And as you once again, that makes the cavern shift. So once again, with the orange, we're going to have you each on your turn make wisdom saving throws. And then as it, I think, Carolina, you can see that it moves north. Actually, hang on, how far can it move on? Where's the action? Yeah, so it can get to just there, and it's pulling Evan along with it. Okay. Hopefully we have Mark back. Is on his way. All right. So that is what the worm has done. Zaleen, what are you going to do?
I am going to.
Because Evan did not escape the worm. 22 acid damage for Evan.
Eerily, he is still alive.
He's a hardy little guy.
Barely, though.
Not enjoying the experience of being swallowed, I'm sure. But,
No.
yeah. So, Zaleen, your turn.
Okay, I'm going
to...
to...
make a wisdom saving throw, please.
Right. $16.
You are able to resist the strange illusions.
Oh, good. I'm gonna... 1, 2, Oh, I can't even like. Can I push like past Buster?
Yeah, like if you, as long as you're not ending in that spot, you can.
6, and then
He's an ally. He lets you by.
okay. Am I 30 feet from Carolina now?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna cast Prayer of Healing.
Prayer of Healing is the 10-minute one.
Oh, that's right. Damn it.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about that. I guess I'm not gonna do that. But I am going to I'm gonna cast Healing Word on her
Okay.
at level 3. So you get 11 more points.
All right. Are you leaving the Hunger of Hadar in place?
I'm gonna use my action to drop it.
Does it take your action to drop it, or can you just drop concentration?
I might be able to just drop it. Let me check
I
real
think
quick.
you probably can. I think it's concentration. You can just drop it at will.
Okay, yeah, then I'm gonna drop it, and then yeah, I mean, I don't. I'm gonna summon my shadow spawn.
Okay. Let's see. Trying to remember what little guy we used for that. I have some shadow tokens. Okay. Where does he show up?
He's gonna show up like right on the other side of Carolina, like right here, and he is the despair guy.
Okay, right there, or here I'll.
Yep, that's good.
Okay, you should be able to move the token.
Yep.
Okay, does he get his own initiative, or he goes on?
Yes.
Okay.
I think so. Let me check again. Sorry.
That's all right.
Oh no, it shares my initiative.
Okay. I will just put him next to you in the tracker
Okay.
as a reminder. So that would mean he goes now, then, right?
Right. He is not going to do anything because he doesn't know what's going on.
Okay.
He can't like help Carolina.
Like, I mean, if
Like, is
if
she
all it takes
prone?
is if he just follows your verbal instructions, you can yell something at him.
Is Carolina still prone?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna yell out to him and be like, "Help her up," so that way she doesn't have to use her
Okay. Sure.
half
If
her
he uses
movement.
his action for that, then you can go ahead and be standing up, Carolina. All right. So it would be Buster's turn. Are you back with us, Mark?
Have you summoned the spirit of Mark? Maybe. Can you hear
Yeah?
me?
Yes.
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 Okay. My camera might have died, but I can still do some things.
Okay.
Oh, these pages need to load. Okay. I don't know what happened, but is there a visible monster?
No, it went back into ethereal. Evan is still inside. He's alive for now.
Okay. Then, seeing that there seemed to be something interesting up there, that Zinhorn's taking a look, probably once again jump over.
Yeah. I would
Zayl-
imagine, charging forward as much as he can seems still like the right call. Do you want me to
Dash into
move him?
this.
Since you're.
No, I got it.
Oh, okay, great.
Video's gone, but I got the
Sure.
roll 20 up again. So
Yeah.
one more check. So like, again, kind of looking around, trying to find what's going on.
Yeah.
That's about it.
You know what?
Oh, was there a
do
save?
make
Was there a change?
because you're on hallucination mode again, so he needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
All right. That's probably not going to go well. Did that get connected? Okay, I'll roll it manually. I'm doing it manually. Wisdom?
Yep.
Oh, yeah, that's not a great one.
Hmm.
That actually show up?
No. That's okay. Just tell us what the number is.
No, I was rolling it on roll 20, and it just
Okay.
disappeared.
All right.
Nope, it's not accepting rolls on there. Okay, I will find Don't have dice
Well,
within range.
Well, what's his modifier?
It's a -2 modifier, so he's not likely to
Okay,
succeed anyway.
got a 12, so he failed, and so I think instead of being able to go all the way straight there, I think he takes a wrong turn.
Sure.
So we'll say he kind of ended up in this little dead end there instead. If that
Okay.
seems acceptable. All right, Ivy's turn. I think she will once again be trying to dash up to where she can be of use. Oh, sorry. I guess I don't want to take that away from you, Jenny. You helpfully volunteered to control her. I shouldn't be backseat driving you. You're muted, though.
I know. I left to go to the bathroom, so last time I missed her turn.
Sure.
Is she needs to make her what is it, wisdom?
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that means she is completely bewildered by the hallucinations. I think that essentially what's going to happen here is, I think if her instinct would be that she's still trying to move forward, she's going to end up moving in a random direction.
Okay. So,
like, what would she be doing given that, once again, it feels like she's completely alone in a strange place where the cavern looks different?
I think she would, like, turn around kind of weird and then just wander, like, in the direction she thinks that she's supposed to go.
Okay. I will let her make a survival check. I don't think she has the skill, so it'd just be a wisdom test or wisdom check.
20.
Okay, that's pretty good. So I think that she has to move slowly, so no dash, but she can use her full movement to move in the direction you would want to go.
Okay, I was going to send her up here.
Yeah, so she has to move cautiously enough to not, like, run into a wall, but she can otherwise try to find her way.
Okay.
All right, Nedry, now it's your turn again. So, wisdom saving throw. And this is the one you can do advantage because it's magic.
Okay, I think I got rolling working again, so let's try that. 22.
All right, yes, you are immune from the hallucinations.
Cool. Do I see it? Is it within 60 feet of me? If it's
no,
ethereal?
it is
okay.
both ethereal and further away than 60 feet.
Okay. Then he will approach 10, 20, 25 to there first and see if he can see anything.
Nope.
Okay.
Well, let's see. Actually, is the see invisibility only? Does it have, like, a range, like only within a certain range, or is it just where you could see it totally? I'm just trying to see if you have line of sight. I think not quite. Not quite.
I think it's just your normal range, so it'll be 60 feet.
Well, but I mean, it's not dark down here. It's dim light.
Oh, okay. Well, whatever the normal range for sight
So
is.
what I'll say is you'll be able to see it if you move another 10 feet forward. But, I know you used your regular movement already, so. But,
yeah, he's going to hold his action.
Okay.
It's going to hold... yeah, he's going to hold Chill Touch.
Okay. If he sees it.
Yeah.
All right, great.
If he sees it.
If he sees it, yeah. Okay.
If he sees it. That's it.
All right. It is, once again, Evan's turn. So I'll cross our fingers.
He has to... What does he have to do? Does he take the damage now?
No, on the worm's turn. So he can try to make his attacks again. But again, it's like, it's not looking good, you guys, for Evan right now.
Okay. No, it's not, because...
Yeah, I mean, he needs to get an 18 with disadvantage. Nope. Nope.
Nope.
All right, yeah. I think he's in a tight spot.
It's a good thing I prepared him for death.
Carolina, a weird shadowy creature has helped you stand up.
This thing is dead? And let me see. So I don't see it, right?
No, but you saw which direction it went.
Which direction? Oh, it went back towards the thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It went north.
Okay. So I'm going to let's see. I'm gonna go up. Switch this. Use my movement, and I'm going to dash 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What am I at? 13. Okay.
Okay.
9, 11, 12. Is that right? Doubling it?
Yep.
11, 12. All right, so I'm gonna be there,
Okay.
and then
I'll totally allow it because you can all see the map, but I feel like in the cave you wouldn't have any idea to know that direction comes around again, but it's fine.
well, I know it went that direction,
Yeah.
but I want to see if I can get like flanking it.
Sure.
or
Well,
something.
it's also true that you've gotten a sense of the rest of this cavern. Seems like it's just
Right.
a lot of interconnected passages. Okay,
And
so
then
that's
because that really hurt, I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Healing Word.
seems
and
prudent.
do it at 3rd level.
All right. Okay. Another 11 healing for you. Zinhorn.
Yes.
Mhm.
I was gonna heal Lynn, but
Well, yeah.
she's out of sight.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I will whistle for Buster, and can I get to her?
I mean, I don't think so. She just dashed and was ahead of you, so.
Or, no, I can't.
I mean, you can maybe get to within like some range, but not all the way to her.
Yeah, I won't have line of sight on her
Mm-hmm.
unless I dash.
20, 30.
I guess I
Yeah.
could just dash, follow her, and do the bonus action spell again.
Yeah.
So I'll go up there,
Okay.
and then I will do my bonus action. Healing Word. At 1st level.
Okay. So
He
it
gets
is.
8 hit points.
It is now the worm's turn. That's 13 acid damage for Evan.
Evan is unconscious.
All right. Evan is unconscious. That is the worm's turn, and I think that none of you have sight on it, so you don't know. As far as you know, it doesn't do anything on this turn. You don't know where it is. Zaleen.
I'm gonna go in the direction that Carolina went, so I'm gonna use my action to dash.
Okay.
Yep, that's it.
Okay. Any bonus action or anything?
No.
You yell out a command for your shadow?
I will actually tell my shadow to follow me.
Okay. You should be able to move the token. All right. Now it would be Buster's turn. He is. He can make another Wisdom saving throw. I think you know what? I'm kind of letting some of these slide a little bit, but yeah. So never mind the Wisdom saving throw. He shakes off the hallucinations. He's good.
Okay.
Yeah.
He's in a weird place. All right. He,
Well, it's because he got distracted by the hallucinations last time.
yeah. So I figure he just sort of shakes his head, and then starts running back out,
Mm-hmm.
nearly running over Ivy.
Yep.
Gets to there, sees Zinhorn and starts running towards Zinhorn because that's familiar.
Well, and Zinhorn whistled for him too.
Ah, there you go. So he's there.
All right, just cramming it into everybody in the tight passage there. Okay, Ivy. Well, go ahead and move for Ivy. I keep having this instinct to control Ivy, but
Ivy, does she need to make another wisdom save?
you know what? Let's say it was just for the first round in this, because it didn't shift again this time. So
Okay. So yeah, she's gonna start going in the direction everybody else went,
mhm.
and then just kind of stop here behind Buster.
All right, Nedry.
Safety first.
And he'll cast Protection from Evil and Good on himself.
Okay.
And the familiar blue shimmer forms around him as he activates his arcane shield and then starts to move, creeping forward a little bit further. See if you can see what he can see.
Okay, and because you still have with your protection from evil good or protection, would that counteract the see invisibility?
No, see invisibility is not concentration.
Oh, well, there you go. So I think, yes, from there, you do have line of sight on the worm. It is in the ethereal plane, but you can also see that it is now at the mouth of an enormous hole that would go further down.
Just kind of call it.
I can see it. It looks like it's perched. It's not entirely here. I think on the edge of the ethereal.
I don't think there's anything else I can do. So yeah, just calling out that, I guess.
Okay, so here's a question for everybody. We're just about at 10 o'clock. Seems like this combat could go on for a while. Do you want to keep playing another few rounds, or would you like to perhaps cliffhanger as we are right here?
Do another few rounds, I don't mind, but consensus.
Yeah, another few would be okay.
Yeah, I do have to be up in the morning.
Okay, yeah, so yeah, this is our usual finish time, so I think anyone who would like to go ahead and call it, I think that's the answer. Okay, so we will continue our game of cat and mouse or worm and adventurers next time. Is it in fact guarding something? What will become of poor Evan, unconscious in the acid-filled guts of this strange worm? What's up with all of these weird slime colors? Find out next time when we return for more adventure on So Many Levels.
So many levels.